Hello? Welcome in. Welcome in. Give me a second while I put my pants on. Invite your friends. We got a 5 vintage pour today. Showed it last week. It's a little heavy, 6 ounces, 5.9. But we're doing it. I'm doing it well. 50-cent blow. Alright, let's see. Might be following me. Alright, let's start it. 6:30 on that clock. We'll start it there. Welcome in, everybody, to another Wednesday night midweek meltdown. Let me get a close up of the furnace real quick so you can see the piece. 5.9 prototype. So we're doing a 5 vintage on these. Only 5 available on the stream tonight. Only 5 available. What? Every time I listen to it, it's fucking loud on my end. I think you got a blown speaker and a blown culo, as they say south of the border. Culo Wongo. Let's see. How does it sound better? Because the problem is if I turn it up too much, it maxes out. Every time I talk, it's showing that I'm hitting red, and that seems pretty loud to me. Let me know how it sounds on your guys' end, guys and gals. Sorry I haven't been posting much. We're still dealing with all this website bullshit. For those of you who don't know, our website's been down for a week and a half. We were supposed to have it up today. Went and turned it on last night, opened up the payment gateways, and within 2 minutes, another bot attack. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo. I got it up pretty high, so let me know if that sounds good. If it's too loud, I just don't want to be too loud. I know some people have earbuds in, and when I was listening to the show last week with earbuds, I sounded loud. So our website is being hit with bot attacks. They're placing an order. The orders are being denied. They're failing, but it's part of a more elaborate scheme. It's they're building profiles for stolen credit cards. That's what they're doing, and it's a just a bot that just keeps placing orders till something sticks. Then when something sticks, the green light turns on, and then they place multiple orders. Um, this is happening across a ton of websites at the moment. I shut mine down. I saw other people that left them open. I just don't want to risk it and let anybody in. And this is to protect your data and everything else that's stored on the internet. Um, so we just shut it down. Luckily, we don't have any releases planned with the show coming up in August 17th in Las Vegas. So it worked out pretty good. So it's all security shit that we're going through. Like I said, we fired it back up. Within a couple minutes, it did it again. So what we have found out is WordPress has a hole in their update in their security that the hackers were able to exploit. And they just put out a new, well, no, they didn't. I believe they're working on a patch, from my understanding. Either they're working on it or it's going to be out soon. Something like that. I don't know exactly. I'm letting my lady, my website lady, take care of it. So bear with us. We were hoping to launch it today. Doesn't look like that's the case. We're working on it though. She's working on it tonight. She just turned the gateways back on to see if we get a hit with another bot attack. But man, it's, part of the things you deal with AI and all this stuff coming out. It's just something that we have to deal with. These hackers are getting better and better. 22 viewers. Share this out on your YouTube. Say, hey, come watch my friend pour. So, hope everyone else's week is going good. We have a little update with our stolen silver. It's been quite the clusterfuck of the past week and a half, almost 2 weeks. Silver was stolen not this last Saturday, the Saturday before. FedEx deemed it not damaged. Which doesn't make any sense, but apparently the security rep from the company that I purchased it from, so this is something they deal with every day. So FedEx is doing their investigation. We'll see how that goes. I doubt anything will come of it. Oh yes, thank you MLZB. We're starting this auction at 3:33. Shoot, I had a number in my head before I went on my rant. The price on these five, like I said, they're 5.9 troy ounces. We're locked in a little over $47 on the per ounce. So these are going to be $355, the 5 vintage. I had someone hit me up. Yeah, well, that's what it is. A bunch of small charges. It's the same piece. It's like the quarter-ounce pieces of hate, and it's like every 3 minutes they're just placing an order, and it's the same attack on everybody's dealing with it. It's a name, it's a real address, it's a real phone number, and then their email address is like the first and last name with some weird letters behind it at gmail.com. And it's just consistent. And they're using a VPN, so we can't IP deny them. The VPN's bouncing their IP address all over the place. Another thing, VPNs are great, but when it comes to this, we can't pinpoint anybody and deny an IP. And I'm not going to sit there and deny every IP address that VPN's using. So it's just a matter of going in, and we have a few code snippets we can put on the back end of the website that'll help prevent bots. We enabled CAPTCHA. This bot is able to get by the CAPTCHA. It's getting in through the back end of the WordPress plugin or the WordPress interface through a little hole in their security, and it's bypassing most security measures except for when it comes to the payment processor. They can't get through that, so they're just, yeah, it's wild. Yeah, Dutch oven. That's absolutely right. This one's 5.9 troy ounces. 5.9 troy ounces. No, 355 bucks. Max 5 plus the prototype. I think we're at 400 on the prototype from MLZB. Yep, just bombarding the system. Just hitting it with different addresses, plugging in different cards, seeing what fucking sticks. Uh, it's all, and I'm telling you, it's happening everywhere. So, anyways, there's things we're working on and trying. Like I said, we enabled the CAPTCHA. They got through that. PayPal and the credit card processors, they're denying them. It's not going through. It's just I want to work on this because let's say something does stick, then they place a massive order, then they cancel it. I'm still on the hook for the fees. So I'm not going to ship a product, obviously, to some ambiguous address. And when I get a big order, because I've gotten big orders from people, and I'll usually email them and ask them for a phone number for me to call them back. And if they don't give me a phone number to call them back, I'll cancel the order just out of safety. We've seen guys like Polar Bear Pours get hit with fraud card charges and then ship out the product, get hit with a chargeback, and then bankrupted his business. And that's why you don't see Polar Bear Pours anymore. So we're trying to prevent all that. I'd rather have that site down for 2-3 weeks while we fix the inner workings and get all the security measures taken care of. I'd rather be down for 3 weeks than shut my doors because of some fraud chargebacks, Anyways. Yeah, right. If it's shipping to the zombie, yes, absolutely. Everything is good, man. We're just busy, and like I said, we're dealing with that. They finally shipped that 500-ounce order. It hit the mail today. I got a little sidetracked with the website. So we have that 500 ounces that was stolen in the mail. It's on its way to us finally after the company had done their due diligence. They contacted FedEx, who's running an internal investigation. Based on what this guy said is before nothing ever happens from it, nothing ever pans out. I have been in contact with my local PD, told them about the situation. They told me to let FedEx run their internal investigation, and if nothing comes of it, then file a report with the Hurricane PD, where the hub is, the final hub is, so they can pursue it. There's nothing we can really do now. Filing a complaint with or a police report with my police department really wouldn't do anything right now, because what they want is to find out where that weight dropped off, because then they can investigate that jurisdiction. So if it's in Arlington or West Valley, Utah, we can hit up that jurisdiction and go with it from there. If not, we'll pursue it. If nothing comes from FedEx, we will pursue it here and have our police department look into it. It's a $21,500 order. Ship it across state lines through the mail. It's felony. It's federal. I don't want to lay this. I'm not going to let it go. Because the one thing that's what plagues our community. A lot of people are scared to ship because of the risk, and most people, small sellers, don't have the insurance companies to pay. That's going to come out of their pocket. Come to find out, what's wild is this company that I'm dealing with that sold me the shot, millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars a year. They're self-insured. Uh-oh. Tracker turned off. Catch me. Come on. They're self-insured. I was like, damn, that's crazy. With as much business as you guys do, why are you self-insured? Sorry. Yes, I can deny your orders at 3 a.m. They're self-insured because their insurance policy would be more per month than what they pay out per month. Fucking wild. He's like, oh yeah, we've had companies hit us up, but for how much they would have to insure with how much shipping they do. It was cheaper for them to self-insure themselves, which is crazy to me. Absolutely wild. Anyways, what was that leading into? I lost my train of thought. Oh, when they filed the claim with FedEx, the company, FedEx had deemed it not damaged because it was taped back up. Like it, yes, it looked like a full box, right? The person that took the silver out took the time to retape it. So looking at it, yeah, sure, it's taped, it's a box, there's a massive hole in it, and it weighs 1 pound instead of 39 pounds. Obviously something's wrong, but the way FedEx did it, they deemed it not damaged and paid them $100. 5.9 troy ounces. And it was 300. Shit. Damn it. 355? 355? I think that I took it off my calculator. 355. 355. Yeah, it is wild, man. It's crazy. What do you do? We're getting the silver back. That's all I care. It's just taking a bit longer. Excuse me. That 500 ounces is used for this Desire Entice Virtue is Lost. So we have over half of them poured. We're looking. We'll probably start printing labels Friday, packaging Saturday. Some of the lower numbers. Unfortunately, some of the higher numbers have the mediums and or the larges. So we'll hopefully be all shipped out by Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So appreciate your patience on that. We still won't hit that 3-week mark, but it's just taking a little bit. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Yeah, sure, JP. I gotta go pick up my daughter, but yeah, I'll hit you up while I'm on my way to her, picking her up. So how's everybody else this week? Yes. The pics and videos. What pics and videos? The shout outs? Or are you talking about the Rock and Reckless? The Rock and Reckless design we had sent back to the artist, and we are getting that redesigned. All right, hold on, let me get this board. So if you won the Rock and Reckless giveaway, we should have those done when we get back from Vegas. As far as the Reckless shoutouts, the monthly giveaway, this is gonna be the last month we did it. It's been a nightmare tracking just hashtags. So I have to sit down on Saturday and run through them, but we won't be doing any more of that shout out. I thought it was going to be a lot easier and a lot more cut and dry to get winners. It's not. Or to get entrants. Just the way Facebook and Instagram, they like show me the most recent, but then I have to scroll through hundreds of pictures, and maybe I do it if I just pick an easy, not an easy, but a hashtag, I guess, reckless shout out is a very popular hashtag. It's not my brand, but just people being reckless, I guess. So I'm going to have to reevaluate that. All right, let's take you over to the casting couch. Rock and Reckless, we already did those. Well, we have a few winners. Were you one of the winners? Yes, you won the 100 grammer. That's right. We'll have those after Vegas. Talked to my artist last week, and he was saying he was making some adjustments to it. All right. Using our proprietary blend. Oh, you know what? While I'm sitting here, check these out. For those of you that are coming out to Vegas, have I got a treat for you? Total 9 troy ounces between the 4 pieces. Yeah, you know what? Let me show it on the furnace one. That has a better camera, or a better. It'll be more clear. Well, after we're done casting this and we switch over to the furnace, I'll show you. All right, let's do it. Just a little bit of parting powder before we do the mold. Before we add the sand to the mold. Just a little bit. Don't use a lot. Don't need a lot. Just helps that sand from sticking. Our sand's pretty sticky right now because it's been humid. No, I'll show you right after this. Said this before. There's no need for a strainer. Go in there and just break up the clumps. You don't need to do a strainer. We did a strainer for a while. Like a little, what would they call it? Not a schoolabus. Just one of those fine mesh strainers. I have one here. I might have one here. Yeah. So we used to do this like before every pour with a little strainer and go in and go. Not necessary. There is absolutely no difference in the finish of the pour or in the quality of the pour from when we used to do that to when I just throw the sand in there. Hell yeah. Hey, I don't even need it, man. I haven't used one in a year and a half. I don't find it to be necessary. That's awesome, JJ. What part of town? Yeah, it does. Green Valley, you bougie motherfucker. I don't even know where that is. I like to just break up the big clumps. Like you'll get some bigger clumps in there, especially if you're reusing it from after we take it out of this, clean off the burnt sand and put it in. It kind of stays together. Just go in there and break it up by hand. Nice, man. That's awesome. Be right down the street by my parents' house. Then, my parents moved in Chris's neighborhood. They're the house right behind Culver's. That new Culver's they put in. Cornstarch, because it's way cheaper than parting powder. Just go buy you some, whatever your local brand cornstarch. Parting powder is expensive. Cornstarch does the same thing. Helps that sand in that half of the mold not stick to the sand in this half of the mold for a fraction of the cost. We're all about saving money over here. Cut the cost down anywhere we can. That's another thing we were going to talk about. I had someone hit me up after the last show. It was like asking about our prices and how come they've gone up, and we did a little breakdown, and haven't really gone up. It just depends on what it cost us to make the molds. So with us doing low mintage pieces, the cost of the art and the modeling is more expensive when you do less pieces. Obviously, you got to span it out over a smaller number of pieces. The design on price, Virtue is Lost, was a little bit more expensive of a mold for us to do than other molds we've done. So that cost really factored into the price per ounce. As I had showed them back in January, or was it March? Might have been March. It was a price comparison against another pour we did. We were actually less per ounce on the silver, but because of the mold costs, it made it a little bit more expensive. So that's just the reality of doing low mintage stuff, is the price for the modeling and the artwork and the sand and all those little numbers we add in to cover our costs go up as the mintage comes down. But with the mintage coming down, hopefully there's some better secondary action. I know right now is a really rough market for secondary. I appreciate all of your support while we figure out this spot thing. There's just so much uncertainty with the price of silver going up rapidly, and a lot of people comparing this to the 2011 spike. This spike's a little bit different. I made this analogy. There were people buying silver at $10 an ounce. And when it went to 20, they were upset because they wanted to continue buying it at $10 an ounce. So it doubled and it went to 20. They got used to it. Once it's hovered around 20 for a while and hung out there, and they realized that's the new cost per ounce, you get used to it. Obviously, we can't afford it, or not that we can't afford it. We can just afford a little less with whatever money we had, expendable money, fun money, if you will. And so it's buying you less ounces. But my cost to create these hasn't changed. My cost to create these things, except for the models, but to produce them hasn't changed. We're not charging more for labor or materials, as those have actually stayed pretty much the same. It actually looks better per ounce right now because that price of silver is so much more than it did when it was 20 and we're charging 20 over. We're double spot right now. So you're talking, double spot price. Well, now it's the same, $20 over spot, but spot's $47. So it's only 150% more than spot. That makes sense. If that makes sense to you. We still have 400. Anybody in here? 400. I believe the high bid for that piece is 400. 6 grams of gold for 800. Yeah. There are deals to be had, though. Buy what you like. If you're going for weight, there are plenty of deals to be had. There's a lot of under spot deals. help you dollar cost average. Can't say that enough. All right, 400 MLZB. Thanks, William. Can't say that enough. Dollar cost average. Make that your friend. Little 50-cent blow. I'm gonna model 2 of these today. I only was able to get 3 of them made up. There you go. Wow. $50 blow. Yeah, there's deals to be had, man. There's people selling stuff for under spot. Shit, we just saw some of our pieces go up under spot, way under spot, 40 an ounce. Someone hit me up and said, "Did you piss that guy off?" And it's, well, I don't think so. I haven't talked to him. I doubt that's the case. What a lot of people are doing is selling metals, taking profits, and I recommend that, man. I'll tell you this: spot doesn't mean shit if you're not going to take profits. It's just a number. Yeah, that clock. All right, back over here. This one's ready to go. Sorry, that piece took me a little bit longer to cast. I was over here chit-chatting it up. I have a question for you guys. I want to do more content on YouTube. What do you guys want to see? We are pouring. You know, you guys get to see a little bit of action with the casting. I know some of you had said that you want to see the cleanup process. I've been trying to figure out how the hell I can do that, where you can see every bit of the process up close. And I've looked into POV cams, so you can see the thrusting, the moving, the shaking. $400 side bid. Just the POV cam just seems a little crazy to do. I'm sure we can make it work, but is there anything else you guys want to see? I want to get more than 20. Get more than 20 people hanging out in here with us. Oh, payment gateway is open, and we haven't had a failed order. We might be onto something. Yeah, nice and deep light. Not only that, you guys want to see content? We got a couple coin shops over here. I can go hit those guys up, do some interviews with that boobs. That fucking guy. You can check out my man boobs. Oh, we gotta go back to the sandcasting table. Let's go back. I got another one to cast. Yeah. Is there anything else you guys wanna? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. My daily life. Do your taxes. I have a good. This is what you do. Don't do them. Don't do them. Tone like your UK friends? What do you mean? The color eyes, the colorful shit? I can show you that. It's all in the prep work, man. You can do it. I'm telling you. And the secret, we did that mermaid. I don't know if you guys remember that colorized mermaid we did. That was all done with liver of sulfur. There's no tricks, just one product. Liver of sulfur. It's an oxidizing agent for precious metals. Well, not gold, but I cannot show you the secret to bone white. So with the blues and the purples and the golds and all that stuff, the best way I control it, cold water. Just use cold water and let it take its time. When you put a piece of silver in there, You're going to hit different color ranges. You're going to start with a gold, like a really light yellow golden hue. And then you're going to hit, I believe it's purple. Purple is next. Then you're going to hit blue. And then you'll hit green. And then you'll hit black. So if you do it with cold water, you can control the timing and make sure you have a neutralizing agent. Baking soda. Nice big old bag of Arm & Hammer from Costco. And do it cold and let it just happen slowly. No need to rush. And that's how you can get those vibrant colors. If you want to get it super vibrant and super shiny, tumble your pieces first. Throw them in the tumbler for 60 minutes. Use some jeweler's shot. I use a mixture of jeweler's shot. It has little saucers, little balls, little cones. It's like it's a mixture of 4 different shapes. I can show you that here in a second if you want to see it. With a little bit of water, and a little bit of Dawn dish soap. No need to get no need to get shine bright or nothing like that. Dawn dish soap does the trick. 60 to 90 minutes in a tumbler. Get it nice and shiny. Then put it in the cold water with a liver of sulfur and good to go. And no need to freeze the silver. Just cold water really slows down the process. Hot water, when we're doing the antiquing, we keep it at like 300 degrees. Really speed up the process to get it black quick. I'm not a fan of that like silver to black stuff. Liver of sulfur has always given me the best finish on it. The Jack silver to black shit almost seems like it puts a coating on there. Like it's a really, I say thin layer, but it feels thick to me in comparison to the liver of sulfur. But yeah, we put it in like a crock pot at 300 degrees and crank that bitch up, and it really speeds up the antiquing process, gets it done in about 5 minutes. Yeah, Shine Bright, Shine Bright's nice, but it's expensive. Dawn dish soap, same fucking thing, man. I've been doing this for a while. We've tried doing this, doing that, and obviously what's going to work for you, what works for me might not work for you. Everybody does things different, we just find ways to cut costs and, all that just to help lower the cost to produce and to sell. Yeah, right. If you don't neutralize it, it does. And it always sucked when it came to buffing it off. It was like this super thick layer, and it just didn't have a really even finish. It was very all over. You couldn't get consistency for me. And it might work for you. Like I said, what works for you might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. It's just because we used that for a while in the beginning, because it was just so fast. You just fucking rub it on with a Q-tip and boom, it's black. But I think the liver of sulfur gives it a nice finish, and then we tumble our antique pieces to give it that shine. Not all of them. We haven't been doing it on the closed cast because I really like that matte look on our closed cast. But some of our open cast, the open backs, we'll tumble them. You have some of those pieces that, what's that piece called? That clock. Time of Death. Some of our Spartan skulls, stuff like that. I like to tumble and get that shiny black look. Looks good. What's up, Silver B? We're working on a piece tonight, Max 5 Mintage. It's 5.9 to 6 troy ounces. $355 right now. The high bid is $400 for the prototype. So 5 production pieces and 1 prototype, 6 total. This one likes to peel up this edge over here, so I gotta go in and press it down. I worked on the mold a little bit, tried to scrape it down, but it still wants to catch. And it's super thin, so there's nothing I can do about it. $400 high bid for the prototype, $355 for the 5 Mintage. We'll give out the safe word a little bit later. For those of you that are new to the stream, haven't been here before, we pour our micro mintage pieces here on the live stream. Show you how we cast them, pour them. Don't show the finishing yet. We're working on that. Looking at POV cameras, they're a bit expensive. I bought one of them. It's too grainy. Anyways, they're tough for live streams. Some of the POV cameras are really good for recording, but nowhere to really plug them in and get them live for the live stream. So that's the tough part, and why we haven't gone that route yet. So I'd like to show you how we finish them, but nope, wrong one. There she is. And take this sand up top here, clean it off. So when you're pouring it in, it doesn't get into the mold. Brush it, bam, bam. Little 50-cent blow. Not too hard, not too soft. Get that sand out of there. Yeah, it is, man. But I want to show the process. I think it'd be good to see all the work that goes into it. The grinding, the buffing, the stamping, the lasering, the antiquing, the buffing, the finishing parts are. Be good to show the whole process, you know. But we'll get there. Where'd my clamp go? So I like to use some 3/4 pieces of plywood, kind of cinch that together. Helps me a little bit with the consistency of weights. Again, I've seen other people just clamp the sides. This is how I do it. Ooh. Speaking of that, I gotta go back to the casting table. I didn't shave off the sides, so usually memento. When I cast these pieces, it likes to press out the back. I've showed this before, but it just sticks out past the flask, just the tiniest bit. Not much sand, but when I put the plywood on it and clamp it, it pushes it and makes the model thinner. So I found that out early on. We're like, how come these things are such different weights and we're doing everything the same, you know? We'll come to find out that little piece, after we slam that second half of the model on there, or the flask, it pops this out just a little bit. So after it's all said and done, I'll shave that back side, and that's the side where the model is. I'll shave that to make it flat with the flask. So when we put the plywood on there and clamp it, it's not taking that sand and pushing the model in. And since the plywood's on this side, it doesn't go anywhere. It just squeezes the model together and makes it thinner. So we found that out when we were doing the Vegas pieces. When we did those Vegas, the Royal sets and the King and Queen, or the King, Queen, and Jack, we were getting weights all over the place, like huge fluctuations. And we found out that once we shaved that back, they stayed a bit more consistent. Something to think about. if you're into this. If you're into doing this. All right, let's turn you around. Sorry if I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm just over here chatting. Lag check. Do it again. I'll show you here in a sec. Here's the piece, 5.9 troy ounces. Eagle with a flag and then the RM crest. Flag on this side. 410. Yeah, shield. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, if you're coming out to Vegas, here are the pieces. I haven't antiqued them yet, so you can't really see all the details. King. Vegas 2025. This one's 2.1. You got the Joker. There we go. 2.4. I don't have a price on it. We won't have a price until we get to the coin show with spots doing what it's doing. We did have a price breakdown, and if we were to sell it at $47.50, the price would be $580. 9 total troy ounces. Oh. We're only going to do a 50 mintage on this, and then the jack. So yeah, 4-piece set, roughly 9 ounces, 580. We're only making 50 sets. You'll be able to buy 2 at the coin show. Max 2 sets at the coin show for 580. I don't have any, unfortunately. I gave it all away. I like skulls too, man. You know, someone had made a post is, why do we always got to do death? Well, because it's cool. You know, I'm a metalhead. Skulls were in every logo, it seemed. And the only thing that is uncertain, we could Google anything. Underwater basket weaving. We can Google anything and find it out. Only thing we don't know is death. It's intriguing to me. I mean, we know we die, but what happens to us? I like that. Yeah, I remember Faces of Death. Oh, yeah. I like skulls, man. They're just fun to do. I'll say this. If I made some of my pieces and instead of a skull, it was just some dude with a crown, gay. I mean, really, that's boring. Like, here's a clock with a dude's face on it. No. Not gonna happen. Yeah, I like the skulls are just fun, man. They look cool. You can do different styles. They're just fun. You know, here's the other thing. I see a lot of guys that don't do skulls and they do women on their pours or their pieces or whatever, and they look like trannies. You know, like if you're gonna put a woman on a coin, make her beautiful. Don't make her look like a dude with a vagina. Like here, I got a piece for you guys. I'll just show you. Here's this one. Like if I did just a bunch of dudes' heads stacked like this, what is that? A gay dog pile? Nobody wants a gay dog pile pour. But they'll take some skull and bones pours. Come on. Here's another one. This one's fun. If I did like a dude's face with his mouth open with wings, it'd be like, fairy. Gay. You know, just skulls are cool. But for those of you that don't like skulls, we did hear the calling. Say, we don't like skulls. Here's a lion. There's a bear. Oh, that's a lion. This one was a tiger. My bad. Owl. Woo-hoo. Eagle. It's a wolf. Gorilla. And a horse, of course. So there you go. Non-skull stuff will be coming out though soon. The low poly faceted animals. And there you go. No skulls. But then I will be coming out with a second version where half of their face is ripped off and the skull is seen. So way cooler. Just saying, skulls are fun. I think we have a $410 high bid. No turkey. Yeah, it's the snood that stopped me from doing it. The snood would have been right in the way. Yeah, those will be after Vegas. We'll do some. 410's the high bid. No, thought I saw that. Shrek with 410. Yes, 410 high bid. 410 high bid, Shreky Lou. This is a 5 mintage piece. Here, I'll zoom in again before we pour this one. 5 mintage, 5.9 troy ounce. 5 plus a prototype. It's going to be $355 for the 5, and I'll give you guys a safe word here pretty soon. That's the 4th one of the night. We got one more to go, and then we'll get you guys on your way. But yeah, what other kind of content do you guys want to see? Do you want me to go talk to some coin shops? Do you want me to go interview some big companies? You want me to, like, I could reach out and say, get someone on the horn from ATMEX or something, or JM Bullion or Money Metals, and talk to them about what they see in the market. You can get some other coin makers on. Chipmunk. Bro, wait till you see what we're coming out for that. Pull this over here. hard to take this. Sand wants to stick real bad when it's hot, so I guess I can't scrape that off. We've tried this before. It don't work. I'm not going to do it. That's what it's going to look like. Let's see if I can get one of these. Just so you can see what it looks like. Yeah, there we go. This one's nice. Nice and cooled down. Let me do that for you. Clean her up a bit. Brush her down. You can see the vent system. You don't always need a lot of vents. It's a common misconception. Pour your prototype and see where you need them. And as you do them and you get used to the pieces and how the silver goes, you'll understand them a bit more and probably nail it the first time every time. I always like to tie these ones up into the top right there. That way nothing gets trapped up in these corners when you're pouring silver in here and this starts to fill up. It allows it to come out. Really help minimize the washout effect you get here. I don't know. I'm an amateur. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Haven't been doing this that long. If you guys do need help with pouring, let me check chat. All of the above? Alright. Have I ever thought of doing it? Yeah, right, Boots? What does that mean, Silver Bean? I'm slow on the chat, so I'm not sure. So again, $355. First 5 people to spell out the safe word will win an invoice for these 5 mintage eagle flag and reckless metal shield. Did I lose you guys? Oh, there we go. You're there. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Jobs. 27 people hanging out with us. The safe word will be, safe words are, I love skulls. No space is fine. Just the first 5. Bam. We got John, Nick, Noah, Peter, and Barbara. That should have been casting couch. We had exactly 5 claiming. Or is the lag bad? I got John, Nick, Noah, Peter, Barbara. This is our friend Brian, I believe. Well, thank you. Man, did I lose you guys? I wonder. Greg, it looks like you're a little behind, man. Sorry about that. We'll go live next week. I'm going to do things a little different. I got the big ones out of the way. I had some big molds I wanted to get out of the way. That's why we did 5 with these big molds. Next week we're going to go into the little molds. I'll show you the pieces we have set up for that. And I'm going to run it by you guys and see if you want to do it this way. Should be fun. Maybe, maybe not. Leave it up to you. Just thinking about doing some smalls. Oh, You did. Shreky Lou. Shreky Lou gets it, not Peter. Yeah, you would have. Oh, I love skills. My bad. Shreky Lou. You're taking home the prototype, man. So I'm at 410 on that. So if you want to pass that down to Greg, you let me know. If not, so I was thinking, oh, it's super thin. This will probably be about 2.5 ounces. And then I was thinking about doing 2 and maybe do like 5 to 10 of these, the small ones, and then like 1 or 2 of the big ones. Same with these guys. These ones are small, probably just over maybe 1.5 ounces, 1.75 ounces, and then do like 1 or 2 of these big ones. Same thing on these. Got the little Reaper and the King. Pirate and his treasure. But doing some smalls, 5 to 10 of them, and then doing 1 or 2 of the largest. Figure out how we can do that, but make some really ultra low mintage ones. I got about 30 of these styles with just 2 sizes. So we'll be doing those on the Meltdown. Every week we'll pick one of them and do them here on the Meltdown. I got some more too. Show you. Do 5 or 10 of the smalls, 1 or 2 of the bigs. Same with these. Little pirate guy. So we'll see how that goes. Next week we'll run one of those, small and large, and go from there. You guys want to see another fun set? It's a lot of them. 16 pieces. I don't know how the hell we're going to do these and how the hell we're going to release them, but thought this was fun. Talk about skulls. Let me pour this real quick. $16 pieces. I know there's some comic book guys in here. The Dead Panther. Where is he? for, man. Flash. Hulk, come on. How sick are those? Deadpool. I don't know. I gotta weigh them out. I'd say somewhere maybe around 2 ounces. Close. I have 2 different sizes done. One's a bit smaller. I want to go a little bit smaller on them since it's such a large series. Let me show you the smaller version of that guy at least. I'm going to test it with the small ones and run it that way, which will probably put them at closer to an ounce. We'll see. We'll see if I'm sure I can capture the details because they're not too crazy. But, so there's the 2 different sizes. I think this one's 1 ounce, and this one's probably like 2 1/4. So I might go with the smaller ones. I'm going to test them. We printed them. They were kind of small, so I printed out just a little bit larger, and we'll do some experimenting. I would like to go with the smaller versions, but it also comes down to, smaller ones take just about the same amount of time. So that 1 ounce will take just about the same amount of time as the 2 ounce, right? And so you're going to get more silver for your money, if that makes sense. Because the small ones, with all the cost that goes into it, it's going to be a little bit more per ounce than the larger one. So it's up to you guys. So 410 is the high bid. 410 going once. 410 going twice. 410 thrice. And we're R, E, oops, that's a 3, C, K, correct. 410, Trekkie Lou, you're taking that home. Let me know if you want to pass that on to Greg Cook, as he came in after you. Since you got the proto, just let me know. Okay. Greg Cook, let me know. If not, that's it. If not, we'll just have 4. So Greg Cook, let me know. All right, guys, gals, I'm out for the night. Got to go pick up my daughter. You all stay out of trouble, and we'll see you on Saturday.